This is your WCIA3 forecast first.
Happy Thanksgiving, and what a day it's been weather-wise here. Those falling temperatures have been all day long. Details on all of that coming up as WCIA3 News at 10 starts now.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 10.
While a lot of people were at their houses enjoying their holiday, one home erupted in flames. Good evening, I'm Bryce Beament. Jessica and McLeod are off this Thanksgiving night. One home caught fire this evening. It happened on 130 East State Route 9 right outside of Gibson City. A viewer sent in this video to us. You can see smoke coming from the house. The Gibson City Fire Department said it looks like a chimney fire and said fire was in the wall. The fire department was still on scene around 9 tonight. No one was hurt. Meanwhile, a group of student and community leaders came together to play some football this morning. At WCIA3's Briley Swing caught up with the organizer to talk about the reason they came together. A Champaign business is giving food to people who may need some extra help. Arrowhead Bowling Alley in Champaign held a Thanksgiving meal for people who came in to bowl today. They had everything from turkey to pumpkin pie. Co-owner David Bolt says they just wanted to provide a place for people to get a warm meal.
We just want to make sure that people have a place to go to eat. If they don't have a place, or they're away from home or homeless or whatever, we want to make sure everybody gets food on Thanksgiving.
Most of the food they have was prepared at home. The event goes until they close tonight at 10. And if you have Thanksgiving leftovers, we have some tips to avoid getting sick. Eat your food within 3 to 4 days after you make it. Make sure the food is stored in shallow containers and in small quantities. Put the leftovers in the freezer for them to last indefinitely. Reheat the food properly up to 165 degrees. And if you use the microwave, always cover and rotate your dishes. Meanwhile, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was back in full swing this year after being scaled back last year. Marching bands filled the streets today with music and balloons flew high once again. Thousands lined the parade route to take part in the 95th annual tradition. Parade goers did not have to be vaccinated to attend, but masks were recommended. For Dr. Barton Cohen and his wife Cheryl, who is also a nurse, taking part in the festivities was a welcome change.
We're both healthcare professionals. We've been in the trenches. We saw what it was like. So to see the smiles and the happiness and the excitement and the energy is just heartwarming.
There was a vaccine requirement for parade participants this year. The New York City Police Department ramped up security for the event, including thousands of officers patrolling on foot. The pandemic has kept many people from shopping local, and small business owners are hoping to change that. Small Business Saturday is this weekend. Business owners are hoping people will shop locally this holiday season. The Small Business Administration held events across the state to encourage shoppers to check out their businesses. They're reminding people that all that money helps improve the local economy.
There's a lot of culture in downtown Springfield, and we just want people to come out and enjoy that, because once you support it, it stays. It'll be here for future generations.
Small business owners can also apply for loans through the Small Business Administration. They will have a disaster loan applications open through December. A Thanksgiving event is back after a year off from COVID. We'll take you through the festivities. Plus this.
We've been here all night together, sweating and arguing and cooking. So this is a family, so I'm okay. I still feel the love and the spirit of Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is hard on troops who are far away from home for the holiday, how they were able to celebrate, and the surprising items some of them were served. But Jacob, you were served some good food today. If anyone caught or knew, Jacob was able to have some food at home with parents.
Yeah, we were at Gibson City up at my parents' for Thanksgiving today, and you even got a plate too.
I did. I'm so excited.
We may have to take a peek at that here later on in the show. Let's talk about tonight. A big difference tonight from where we were last night. That's because of that northwest wind you can see here. Some of those wind speeds out there still out of the northwest have come down a little bit. But the wind is going to drive the forecast, take us on a roller coaster ride of temperatures over the next 5 to 7 days. We'll talk about that, the weekend chance for rain, and more after this.
Now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
We've got lots to be thankful for on Thanksgiving weather-wise.
Live from your local news leader, Jessica Coons, McLeod Hageman, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Whitey and Brett Behrens on sports. You're watching WCIA 3 News at 10.
Across the country today, how many families have come together to celebrate Thanksgiving for the first time in 2 years. Experts are warning that COVID is still a concern, and coming together may cause a rise in cases. Michael George has more. In other news, becoming a teen mom can be a scary moment, but that's where Young Life, a nonprofit, steps in. The organization has a ministry devoted to them. In this week's edition of Community Counts, WCIA 3's Matthew White takes us to their Friendsgiving.
Being a mother takes strength and courage, but it also requires a great amount of love.
More than 170,000 military personnel are stationed overseas this Thanksgiving holiday. The Pentagon flew in 60,000 pounds of turkey this year. Troops were able to get that turkey roasted along with mashed potatoes and, in some cases, lobster. High-ranking Army officers dished out the food to troops who sat at tables with plastic dividers. It's not exactly a home-cooked meal, but these U.S. troops based in South Korea say it isn't far off.
It's a little different, especially with the pandemic going on. It's harder to visit family and see family, but we're just out here trying to make the most of it.
The Pentagon also delivered more than 68,000 pounds of pies and cakes and 23,000 gallons of eggnog to military bases around the world. Meanwhile, a big parade closer to our area made its big return this year. Chicago's Thanksgiving parade was back after the pandemic made it go on hiatus last year. Today's parade featured dance acts, marching bands, floats, and an appearance by Santa Claus himself. Thousands of people attended the 87th parade, which takes a whole year to plan. And not everyone spent the holiday eating, though. The Edison Park Turkey Trot took place on Chicago's north side. It's 5K run and walk to benefit various charities every year on Thanksgiving morning. Organizers say more than 6,000 runners took part this year. It definitely looks like a lot of fun. I personally am not a 5K runner on Thanksgiving, but some people are.
Yeah, some people are. Some people are those wake up at 5 a.m., run a 5K, and then eat. I'm just like, okay, we'll wake up at noon, maybe, yeah. But big part of Thanksgiving, of course, is football, and high school football teams that are still practicing today can consider themselves pretty lucky considering they're preparing for the state final. We'll hear more from Unity and Sacred Heart Griffin coming up next. Is what Thanksgiving is all about.
Oh,
football.
Totally. You know, some people might disagree, but I agree. That's what it's all about.
And it's great to see those high school football teams getting a chance to compete in the state finals that weren't held last season.
Definitely exciting. Well, Marley, thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Here's a quick check of the 7-day forecast. I mentioned, Marley, that football in town would be good tomorrow. They're going to DeKalb. I knew that. When I was in high school, they were here in town, of course. But good luck to those folks from here going up to DeKalb. Saturday, could see a few showers for the Atlanta game, but overall quiet. We got 50s back on the board next week. I suppose, Marley, I will stick with weather.
And not...
Yeah. Right. Other thing, too, Bryce, if you watched the news.
Yes, take a look. Look at this food. I got the plate. Yeah. Oh, my God. So, I am so excited.
Mama Dickie made a plate together since Bryce and I had to do the noon show, and I got to be in Gibson City, and you were here.
Big thank you to
Marley.
her.
No plate for me.
Yeah, sorry.
You got to come to the noon show.
I know. I am going to steal one of those.
She's allowed to have one. Look at these. Can we just...
Bacon wrapped.
Oh my God.
I will mention too, I think we need to have Mama Dickie come in on CI Living and do some cooking.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see what we can do with that. I think she's going to have to because everyone's loving her food. But you guys got some, you can share a little bit. And of course, we'll see what we can pull for the Christmas holidays.
Ooh, yeah,
that could be interesting.
I'm very curious.
Stay tuned for that. But
yeah, but I'm definitely excited to chow down. I'll let Marley have one.
A little bite.
A little bite.
Just take my fork.
Just one little bit. They're bacon wrapped. You can have it.
I've had too much, so I had to put the big suit on today.
All right, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you tomorrow.
Happy Thanksgiving.